default. There we go. I think I'm up now. Okay, good. Yeah, we are on. Hopefully everyone are doing well. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me add some this here. We are live. Oh, hey, baby. Sorry. No. Call you guys baby. Hello, hello. Sorry about that. All right. So, crypto is going berserk. Berserk. All right. Hold on, you guys. So, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here for. It's almost noon time. That's my lunchtime usually. But I have some snacks, so I think I'm pretty loaded up to go. Happy Saturday. Hello, hello. I don't know. How long should I be here for? Still decided yet. Let me allowed maybe an hour. How about that? Let's do that. Let's put a time on that. All right, let me wait for a few more minutes before I start. Not much here, you guys. Same old, same old. I think, the price action is pretty numb to the price action. I'm sure you saw what happened. But before I start about GME, I think, it's worth addressing what's going on in the past 24 hours with Trump coin and everything. So it's pretty crazy. I feel like I'm living in a simulation here. Never in history, you have a president that kind of promote a certain sector and kind of pump it up like crazy. Now, I know there's some value to crypto that people don't really get to see quite yet because all of it is just memes and, kind of like getting pump and dump type thing, right? Type scheme. So the value hasn't been seen yet, but yet, people are just speculating on the coins and all that stuff. And I think, again, there's some value here that have yet to be demonstrated. You could say that this space entirely is all speculation. You could say that. But I think there is a big picture here that people are not looking into quite. I'm not claiming to know more than anyone else about crypto here. Most of the stuff that I know, it's just me kind of like listening to people who are well versed on those on the earlier days of Bitcoin. What was the intentional or intended purposes for Bitcoin? Peer-to-peer transaction, decentralization aspect of it. All of those stuff is meant to solve a problem that we have in the world, right? And one of the problems that Bitcoin solved pretty well is the value created from it. Store of value, right? Because of the government printing money, trillions of dollars. China just print another trillions of yuan to try to prop up their own economy. But again, it's like the deflationary devaluing of your buying power is real thing. We all felt it in the economy. So in my opinion, again, this is why Bitcoin is such a hot topic for people. And I wish I know all of that before like 10 years ago, right? Had I just buy Bitcoin and not really looking at the price, I would have been set for life already, right? But life doesn't work that way. You have to like, weigh out the risk and reward and all that stuff. So, and again, I'm not saying that every single coins on the crypto space is kosher. Most of them are scams. I'm telling you. Like even Trump coin too. I'm not saying that it doesn't have any value, because the value comes from the president popularity, right? Now, whether he's going to use it for the good of the country, I don't know. Again, it remains to be seen. I'm not going to speculate on that, but or just use it as a grift in general, right? I'm sorry to say, but there's no value in Trump coin at the moment that I could see. But hey, people are trading it, and it's just going crazy right now. Apparently, like 2 days ago, I guess he launched it, and it's already up more than any other coins in history already. So again, popularity rings supreme here. So if you want to trade on that, and of course it's traded on Solana blockchain. And that's why Solana went crazy as well. Again, the more interaction in the chain itself, the main chain, which is Solana right now, the more value is created because Solana is a utility, based crypto here. You need Solana to get into Trump coin, right? So again, I think the hype comes from the event that just happened in Mar-a-Lago, Trump events, and every crypto industry, Kraken, and what's the other one that I saw? I didn't recognize the industry, but this is apparently crypto for banks, crypto banks for institution. So institution has been, kind of studying it, and already kind of well versed on the industry already, and this is why they're ready to pump it to the public, right? And take advantage of what is happening right now too, because you have in the history of crypto, right? In the history of the world, actually, you have a president, U.S. president, is very pro crypto at the moment. So whether it's used to innovate the space or not, it's going to be good for people who are into that space. And I'm like excited too. And I think, GME is set up for that as well. It's all in all good innovations and all that stuff, and good industry, hopefully, right? Not to say that there's no scams or anything, so be careful, because a lot of them are existent. Even in my comment, I usually see those. I'm sure you probably see it too. Hi, Casey, yeah, what's up? See it too, because could you help me with this wallet? And then they give you a seed phrase. So those are I've received many of them. So if you see it, please ignore it. It's not anything that you should be paying attention to. With that being said, though, I think there's value in this. But again, these institution is already set up to massively benefit it from what is happening right now. The new administration is coming in just a few days. I think, Trump is taking advantage of this hype as well, whether it is his team or whatever. But, when you have the industry that has been suppressed for a long time, who trying to get into the space of innovation in the payment, sector of things, it's tough, right? And when you are in need of innovation to try to solve real world problem, you met with a lot of resistance, right? And that's why, again, this is why I look into XRP, right? Because XRP, why is it that the whole crypto, you have meme coins everywhere? Think about this, okay? You have meme coins everywhere, including GME coins on Solana blockchain, on whatever platform, ETH or whatever. It's being traded right now that is take in the name and likeliness of GME. But the SEC doesn't do shit about those coins. Like, those are actually predatory. You know why? Because it's using a publicly traded company to their advantage. And it has no affiliated with GME at all, officially. But yet, again, the SEC doesn't do shit about it. But when it comes to XRP, that again, they win the lawsuit already. So it's the law of the land that XRP is no longer a security. But yes, Ripple, who sold XRP to the investor or to whoever that they're selling it to, those are considered security. So there's two parts to that. As far as the XRP that you and I are sending into each other wallet, you don't see that. I mean, those are not security. So just so people kind of, again, I'm just talking about snippets of it. Hey, what's up, Barrett? XRP allowing you to register to switch too. Cool. Email list going on. Cool. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Switch. Console. It's not that I'm not a fan of course, if GME sell it, but I don't play on Switch. I'm a PC gamer person, not even console. I have a PS3 that somebody gave it to me for like really cheap, for free, and so I only have those, but I hardly play on those. I hate the controller. I don't know, I can't control my character that well, and so it's hard to control. That's why I don't usually. But Switch, I noticed that it has those a handheld device, so I might have liked that better than the controller. But who knows? What is it? Email is going on. That's cool. But anyway, so back to crypto real quick. It's an industry for sure. I think that GME is going to set up for, the NFT marketplace again, I'm sure. I think Ryan Cohen has been kind of going to these type of events in Mar-a-Lago. I think he went to that too, right? Because of that picture that he posted with that guy from Saudi Arabia, something like that. I'm sorry, I blank on the names. Carter did a good segment on that, so if you want to check him out too. But just in generality, when crypto are becoming more legitimate, I've always thought about that. Like even when they were shutting down the NFT marketplace, I thought this is way too early, to get into. Of course, we were kind of jumping into it, kind of like I wouldn't say blindly, but more so when the regulatory wasn't clear. And so there was a whole bunch of risk back then. Now, when you have this Congress that coming in that has a lot of like hype on that particular sector, you'll be pressed not to think that GME is you'll be missing out on the fact that GME is also getting into that space, eventually, or they're setting up to it as well, I really think that's a good space to be kind of leaning into for growth, massive growth, whatever, at the scale. Like this is global, you guys. Like people are trading crypto globally. And so when you have a global audience like that, yes, GME is going to be able to do it. I mean, with the brand that we have, with the, backings of a lot of billionaires out there, I'm sure there's, you think the billionaires are not eyeing GME right now? Come on. That's like mistaken. I mean, just the circle of Ryan Cohen alone, how many millionaires does he know? How many billionaires does he knows within his circle? And so, and on top of that, when Ryan Cohen personally, I don't know the guy personally, I'm already enamored by the guy. Think about the people that know him personally, know his work ethic, believing in him, all of that. They're going to put money, behind him and again, the general public is not going to be able to kind of see that until the news media switched their tune. Oh, they will switch their tune so quickly you wouldn't understand how quick. It's like, why is this guy like, all of a sudden, like, oh, GME is like this greatest thing. They're doing this thing and doing this thing. And again, they would switch actors, right? They would try to find people who are actually, bullish on this company, and bullish for the right reason too. Currently, they just, again, want to dampen the price action, or dampen the value that can be seen by the masses. And so you see the price action that you saw yesterday, to create the impression that GME, anytime it runs, it come back down immediately. So you better sell. So does that make sense? Again, it's all psychological here. Has nothing to do with the whole fundamental here. But anyway, so XRP has some value here that I'm waiting on the utility kicking in right now. And I've been tracking it myself here because, again, like, I know that this coin is set up to do something amazing. I don't have any Solana, so I'm sure, congratulations if you do have Solana. But what I'm tracking here is the burning rate. Okay, now I think I've talked about it before. This tokens right here, this is the supply. I want you to take note of this number here. And ever so often, I already track it. It has a burn rate. Okay, currently it doesn't burn too much because the more people, it hasn't been, kind of use it to its capacity. Think about it. Ethereum already has a use case already, right? People are building on it, and that's why you see a lot of Ethereum has a lot of value. The Ethereum blockchain has a lot of value added to it. Because of the lawsuit, that happens in the XRP ledger, nobody is kind of building on this. Yes, there's a couple of developers out there that are developing on the XRP ledger, but not massively, right? So this is what I'm waiting for, is that, okay, when all of the people, which is the next 4 years of this presidency, and, depends on what happens, the next election, you will find out how useful this chain could be. And again, that's why people are predicting XRP to $100 and something ridiculous because of the value that could be added, and the fact that it is deflationary, meaning that it's gonna burn. And there's only this much amount. Sorry, you could see already how many has been burned so far, like 30 million, right? Since they voted. Again, the burning function just got voted on. I didn't follow it that closely. I apologize, but they just got voted. It's not the inception. Depends on the governance of the people could vote it on that. Again, I'm not well versed on that, but apparently it get burns. What I see is that what is it, 100 million? No, 100,000 so far this past month that's been kind of burned. So the idea is that when people are built on it, people are using the chain and all that stuff, you're going to see more and more. How fast, that's to be determined yet. So currently, do I think it's overvalued? Currently, yes, I think it's overvalued. But again, with the hype and everything that happens with this administration coming in, I think it's going to go much, much higher. I'm going to start taking profit at around $15. But really depends, if I see a topping formation, I'm going to take profit off of that. Again, you guys, I've been accumulating this a token for a while. Not as much as I would like to, obviously, but I wish I've had more on this. I would have been set already if I been consistent in that. And that's a theme for me too, right? Because and again, this is why I learn now. It's like, okay, no matter what, I'm not gonna sell until this happen. So that's what I've kind of take from that. All right. Hello, everybody. clearly Jimmy is going to be a part of the NFT business. Yes, of course. And it will be the best NFT play. Of course, I think, again, the growth in that sector is unmatched. And again, this is why I got in it in the first place. Or at least Jimmy in my radar. It's like, oh, okay, Jimmy is going into NFT marketplace. And I saw the growth in that too. But again, to me, it's very new. People don't know how to use it yet. I truly believe that if Jimmy could solve this issue where they make it so easy for people to use those platforms that anyone who doesn't know anything about crypto would be able to do that. Just one click, or say, okay, one click, I got my crypto and my NFT or whatever. If they could do that, amazing. Like, again, massive adoption is coming. And I know that there is a lot of innovation in that space too. It's going to take some time, you guys. I'm not saying it's going to, boom tomorrow. The price action is going to, Jimmy's price going to go up in $10,000 tomorrow. No. This is a, layered growth here. And again, it depends on how many people are willing to kind of give the chance to give their time, their thoughts, their emotion to this investment, right? Let's see. What kind of lose my train of thoughts here. So so I saw this particular company on the Trump events. I think one of the banner. I was like, oh, what is this? So the banks already kind of like setting themselves to massively benefited from that, and any company that is going into that space is going to benefit from that as well. But again, be careful, if you're getting into anything else that might, like get a rug pull on. This space is crazy, you guys. There's a lot of scam. But again, there's a few nuggets of coins out there that I believe is going to, stand for the test of time due to the utility base of it coming to play. Bitcoin, again, like I explained, it doesn't, it solved a real world issue, and yes, it doesn't have any utility per se, but because of, a collective people already have been agreeing that it could be the store of value, that's when you see that kind of a price fluctuation that you see. And again, like over time, I understand that, people will understand why currently, it's competing with gold as a store of value. Think about that. And so with competition, you have to kind of give it some time to grow into its rightful place, right? Currently, it's just a speculation. It's a matter of time how many people are agreeing that Bitcoin is going to be the store of value versus gold. And there's a pros and cons on both, you guys. Like, if you hold a physical gold, it's so heavy, you could get robbed. Like, if you have $1 billion worth of gold in your house, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to have to store it. It costs money to store it. How about Bitcoin? It doesn't cost anything, right? All you need is just computer online, and currently they probably could do it on a satellite too. So that's a value proposition, and so you could store billions of dollars without the threat of getting robbed versus gold. What else? And again, these debates has been kind of debate. What gold versus Bitcoin for decades already, and I used to like listening to those debates, and love every minute of it, right? And of course, like back then, I didn't have much money to invest in anything. I didn't partake in that back in the early days. And of course, people were just still figuring it out. It was $100 at one point that I saw. It's like, it's probably just a hoax or whatever. But it's interesting to me. And little did we know, now it's 2 trillion, and then now everybody is trying to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. MicroStrategy has Michael Saylor has been kind of accumulating like a madman, because he, in his mind, thinking that it's going to be a store of value and people are going to flock into it. And the first person to convert their fiat to Bitcoin is going to win the most. Texas has been building their reserve, right, apparently. And more other states just join in the force too. So again, I'm just kind of speculating on the whole industry in general, because coming from it's a catalyst for sure. Trump coming in to the space and kind of pumping it up to the general masses. It's gonna bring that at least awareness, and I really think that businesses is going to create so many platforms that you could use, and hopefully, I'm not saying all of them are useful, but even if we could build a company that will be able to kind of capture some of this value, it's going to be good for the economy in the long run. Yes, people are gonna lose out if they are picking the wrong thing, picking on the wrong horse, thinking it's gonna go to the first place. So just be careful on that. Don't bet your life saving on it, because yes, I'm bullish on the space as well, but that's why I'm only focusing on the OG coins out there that, in my opinion, is gonna last decades from here. And currently, I'm just focusing on XRP and XLM right now. I did have some comms. I did have some other small coins here and there, but a very small portfolio here. My goal is to kind of capture some of this growth that I think is going to come within this couple months, and going to kind of take some of that and go back into Jimmy even heavier than I am right now. Hopefully the price is still low. Yeah. I'm kind of alternatively wishing the price coming down to this level here. So let's switch gear to GameStop price chart. I'm sure you've seen this a million times. Not sure what happened yesterday. I feel like it's probably hedging of some sort, right? But magically, you guys, it's kind of max pain. It's like close to max pain as possible. Remember, before the week start, it was at $23, and we were trading at what, 30 in our 30s, and it just dropped like a rock, right? And again, this had nothing to do with the fundamental of the company whatsoever. Okay, just for price action, they're trying to drop you and making you feel like, oh my God, if you don't sell now, it's going to be, gone or whatever. But I'm curious to see what the OBV is, because I haven't looked at it myself. So let's see. Look at that. Wouldn't you think it's kind of like a lot steeper? Now, I'm not saying, I think maybe institution are kind of sell some of that. But let's look at this one as well. Okay, so daily, nobody do anything yet. But if you look at the hourly, okay, so as the price coming down, there we go. Let me take this out because it's a bit. Am I showing? Hold on. Oh my God. Okay. It's in screen. For some reason, I thought the chat stopped showing. Okay, so it seems like there's a compression here. they're trying to find seller, and sellers are not willing to sell up here. That's again, I'm just reading this. I don't know the expertise of reading this particular indicator, but you could see a lot of buys over here, clusters of buys, 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 right? Not over here as much, but the point is that when the price coming down, it seems like a lot of buys going on. So accumulation again, right? Before they send it up to the moon. Now over here though, yesterday it was just out of nowhere. This God candle coming in. Again, there's so few volume in this thing, and when you see a low volume and the price just keep dropping and dropping and dropping, that's usually the best time, best opportunity to buy. I add just right here because I was like, there's no way they're gonna try to drop it that low. So I add 2 more calls to this this position. Again, I closed the calls kind of like at a loss yesterday, and so I was like, okay, let me wait for the opportunity to add more. But of course, I have, again, my calls is I have a lot of shares already, and just on my gambling over here, try to recoup back my loss over here. But it's okay, you win some and you lose some, but I'm just doing this out of boredom, that's all. But yeah, as far as my regular buys, I usually kind of was a bit more careful at adding. I used to be more indiscriminatory, but since I max out my Roth already, I feel like my trading account, I'm a bit more kind of discriminatory on the buy size. So I'm waiting on this level right here. But again, not by much. So how much? Let me see. It's only 5%. So again, depends on how good XRP is going to do within this 3 days. Monday is off. Like the market's not going to be, it's not going to be around. So these 3 days, I think people are just going to be pumping crypto like crazy. Just my opinion. So if XRP go to the price target that I am envisioning, which is around $15, yeah, I'm gonna take some of that and build my position on my trading account here again. So meanwhile, I'm waiting. Now typically, GME has this period of dry volume time period, and I think it's usually around after earnings they would kind of liquidity dried up. It's like zero volume whatsoever if you look at the volume right here. Sorry you guys, let me drink something real quick. I've been so dehydrated lately. I gotta drink at least a gallon a day. That's impossible, by the way. Okay, so we've got volume right here. Usually, see, like what I've noticed every single time, after earnings, they dry up the volume. You can see volume declining. So I'm sure they're gonna try to dry up the volume over here until the next earnings report. Maybe sometime around February, you would see GME volume starting back up again. Unless, Rowan Kitty tweets something crazy again, YOLO updates. So who knows? Those type of things could still happen during any time in the day. Keep in mind, he was tweeting over here. December 5th. Right here. Right? And you see the volume ticked up there. So we're almost at that price point again. So do you think they're going to drop it below that? When Rowan Kitty was tweeting over here. Speculation, right? Speculation, in my opinion, is that he built a position over here again, even more. Whether it's a call options or some sort of events that happens with with Brian Cohen posting and all of that stuff are kind of culminating into something explosive happening in the near future. Of course, like I'm waiting on that spike as well, just like anyone else. But as far as like my Roth IRA goal, I'm trying to max out my Roth IRA, and so thankfully I am able to do it last year. But I need to be careful though, because if I earn too much on the trading account, I might not be able to kind of keep those contribution in there. So yeah, I need to figure out what amount I'm able to do it this year, this fiscal year 2025. Yeah, I really want to kind of this year try to make it so that I don't make too much on the trading. So I might kind of slow down on my trading account. Yeah, anyway, it's all about planning, you guys. But as far as like what makes sense to you? Sorry, what is going on with my nose? What makes sense to you, do it. It's your own strategy, and I think this type of thing works best for me. I learn it so much, you guys. Like when I am in the market, usually, I was just going back to when did I buy into Tesla, and literally, you guys, it was over here. But again, back then I didn't have much, and I just went back this morning actually to try to find when did I buy in. So again, here's what happened. I bought one share of Tesla here on this date and here on this date. Combined total, it's around like $500. So that $500, you guys, if I hold my shares, I sold. It was up here. It was like, 10%. I'm score, right? I'm set for life. But then subsequently, boom. Had I hold from here to now, 30x my money. And I was like, shit. So the value of kind of holding on, and how long was it? It's like 13 years, no? Hold on. 19. No, COVID. On COVID. 4 years. 6 years. That's it. 6 years. 30x. $500 times 30. $15,000. So again, the value of holding things and believing it for the long run is so valuable. And it took me this long to learn. And so this is why I build the strategy that I have now, so that the next 4, 5, 6 years from now, you never know where GME is gonna go, right? And I know GME doesn't compare to Tesla because it's doing a small thing. But even if I have 15x from here, Think about that, right? $500 could turn into, even it's half of that, right? $7,000. That's still a good return on the investment in 5-6 years, right? So can GME, 10x from here? Of course, I really think GME can 10x from here. So if you put $500 right now times 10, that's 5,000, right? Way more than that. So, that's why I'm hoping people could really understand where this space is going to go. Now, since crypto is going to be the growth, and I think it's going to be way more than 10x, in my opinion. But again, depends on where you buy in, right? I bought some over here. I bought some over here. I bought some way up there, right? So, my average is now much lower than it is today. So I think it's around 25, yeah. Around 25 to 27. I'm in the green right now, my overall portfolio. So I'm not sweating. And even if it goes down to this trend line, breaking this trend line right here, that's usually a buying opportunity. Like way, look at this. 4 hours indicator for this one. Look at this. Buy. People are accumulating this like crazy. Hi, Jesus. What's up? Look at this. Like every single dip. Every single one. Like this one. See? And you're telling me people are not paying attention. People don't want this stock and all that stuff. And the media is trying to drive the point home that GME is closing down. Oh, more stores being closed. In the meantime, you see this prismatic evolution thing that is happening right now in GameStop. People are lining up for to get a hand on those. Let me see. I saw a picture. I should have kind of retweeted. I don't know if you've seen those, people lining up. Let me see. Anthony, being patient is an art, and most people just don't have the discipline to reach that level. Of course, me too. I mean, I've been here for a long time, and in crypto, right? Even before I was buying Tesla, and I didn't see the value then, And nobody imagined Bitcoin would be around $2 trillion right now. It's crazy. If anyone say that to me 10 years ago, or when Bitcoin was trading at $10,000, it's like, are you crazy? Are you insane? Now it's $100,000. And again, price gonna keep going up, right? Depends on how many people are getting into that. Let me see. Where did I see it, you guys? Crazy. Oh, what is this? Gary Gensler. Let's see. Oh, okay. He's talking about Bitcoin now. That's Now I've noticed a lot of I'm jumping up and down over here. Jimmy. Okay, hi Gabriel, what's up? What was I looking for? I was looking up for the prismatic lining up. People are lining up for it. I think this guy have it on. Oh yeah. So and again, I mean, Ryan Cohen, posting with this guy, and says Ryan Cohen times for bigger and better partnership. Don't you think this guy is seeing value? I'm sure he's seeing value in GameStop for sure. Why would he be, tweeting to Ryan Cohen, or at least give the his name and his reputation to a company that is going under, to a leadership that is unuseful? They're not doing anything for the company, not respecting shareholders and all that stuff. It's bullshit. Like whatever you hear about, GME has been bullshit, including the dates and all that stuff. I fall into it myself too, because optimistic person. But it's okay, when you're trying to predict something amazing happen, you tend to get it wrong sometimes. But as long as you're more diligent at, accumulating and all that stuff, it's still, good value to, at least value to have for your investment. And it seems like, he was posting with Trump too. So it's not a stretch to then leap to the fact that, he thinks that Trump coming in is good for business, good for, crypto space or any other space innovation. No many red tapes, right? Deregulation on starting something new. And so, because I think Ryan Cohen is trying to build a awesome company for gamers in general. The future of gaming is coming, right? So reinventing gaming somehow, some way, in shape or form, is going to be something big to speculate on, right? And to me, again, it takes so much time to innovate some space, and people are going to push back on it. People are going to, try to say, oh, GameStop is just biting too much more than they could chew. Whatever, whatever negativity that they're throwing at people who are trying to make things better, they're going to do it. And in the meantime, I'm so fortunate to getting it in between, that war. And think about it, war between short and long here, okay? Institution war. It's not retail versus institution. No, it's long versus short. And we're just, again, me, small, a couple dollars here and there is not going to move market, okay? $100 here and there is not going to move markets. But anyway, let's see. What else should I be talking about, you guys? Any burning questions you have? Let me see. Okay, so let's talk about this spike real quick. Because again, people are trying to draw this to Roaring Kitty, tweets. And perhaps it makes sense. Remember when he tweets around, 1:45? I guess the tinfoil now is that the algorithm is kind of like learning when does Roaring Kitty tweet. And when they do that, when he does that, usually they make trades based on that, whether to roll the swaps or whatever to try to, dampen the price. And that's why, around this time, in this specific time, they are, buying back up the share as quickly as possible, only to drop it back down, right? To try to drive people to buy into call options up here, and then thinking that it's going to go higher, and it doesn't, right? So rug pull on call option buyers over here. Now, the only way for you to benefit from this run is if you buy it from the bottom, and I did buy it over here. My call went up like 200% that I didn't sell, but I should have. But I'm waiting on a bigger run than this. So had I sell, probably recoup some of my loss back, but it's okay. Again, I only allowed like small sliver of a portion for the option bets that I have. Nothing life changing at all, you guys. Just a couple hundred here and there. So don't be crazy, because I know that those type of thing is going to. I could lose everything. I could lose everything I put in there. So I would much rather get shares for that, because shares doesn't expire. For people who are trying to build a position in GME. People who are doubting themselves just need to take it, right? Need to take a look of the financial situation of the company again and again and again. Numbers don't lie. I know, right? I have somebody close to me that really, I know, like, unless they see that number, like, okay, for me, okay, so let me try to explain this. You know how people only react when they see something amazing? And sometimes, when you see this number, when I see this number, well, thanks to Moran too, because, he's kind of like my main source of information when it comes to how to interpret this company, right? Of course, I have my own flair and things, right? Because, the crypto aspect of it, I'm more kind of broad-minded in that. That GME could really expand on that front. But as far as like the day-to-day business, retail business, I don't have much experience on that. I don't run any company on my own self here. So, the ins and out of that is pretty kind of slow, in the world of finance over here. And so again, this is why I think Wall Street has been missing out on this particular trend, is because they need a proof. Like, unless Ryan Cohen could post $100 million in operating income, they won't take a look at it. And precisely this is why retail could win really in the long run if you stay in this company for a long run, because you got it before institution got in, right? Peter Lynch really spoke about this as well, where if you could find a company that are, on its way to becoming better, turning around, and, you see evidence of turning around, which I see it right now. I mean, coming from the negative to now positive, right? And at the bottom at that, meanwhile, you see that the institutional ownership is only 28%, right? And Peter Lynch was talking about it. Like, when institutions are waking up to what, GME could do in the near future, hopefully it's a near future, and it's not somewhere, 10 years from now, which I highly doubt that it's going to take them 10 years to do what they're doing. Then they're going to rush in, right? When institutions rush in, that's when it's going to push, valuation of this company a lot higher and higher, and more stabilized too. The price that you're going to see, it's less likely about, spiking and then down, spiking and down, spiking, right? Eventually the spike is going to be so small, to the point where, you're going to store a lot of value in the company. But while it's finding its, price discovery or whatever, because people bet up and down on the option chain, people are trading in and out on shares and all that stuff, you're going to see a lot of price discovery coming in. And this, again, volatility is just a growing pain to get to the, real valuation here. While people are deciding, oh, should I buy into Jimmy? Should I, put $10 million in this or not, right? And again, the PR arm is going to bring in more institution interest. And so, sorry, you guys, I'm looking at the clock right here. I really believe they are ready on that way. Okay, that means the price is cheap. Of course, right? What play are you talking about? You mean like the institutional level? Let's see. Yeah, we're so healthy right now. I mean, the sky is the limit. Honestly, I was explaining to people earlier, it's like how quick they were able to pivot to the, trading card. If they could do that quickly, they could technically sell anything. Just like how, Amazon used to be just bookstore, right? Online bookstore. So, yeah, we're evolving as we speak. Switch to, we're just going to continue to sell in the e-commerce space. Whether we're going to revolutionizing gaming, it's remained to be seen. We don't need to reinvent gaming, you guys. Like, it's not rocket science. If you could find something that people want to buy, all you have to do is just sell, buy the items that people want to buy from you at a lower price and then sell it as a markup. There you go. That's it. That's the business right there. And then, finding high profit margin item, just like what Ryan Cohen was saying in his annual meeting, a brief statement about how we need to cut down more stores. We need to stay in drive the profitability. What else did he say? I should go and get the speech ready. But yeah, he did a brief statement on how he's planning. Oh, and he's not here to hype anything, right? He's here to work. And there's no sense of having a company without being profitable. So he did it. And leadership has been doing it for the last 3 years. It's been a long time, right? It's been a long time coming, and now we're ready to expand. We're ready to, think of new ways to bring product to people. And Drip, right? Dripshop.com or .live has been coming in to kind of try to partner up with the Gamestop here. I mean, to me, see, this is what I was thinking too, is that the more healthier the balance sheets, the bigger your brand is, people are going to flock in to work with you. Value will seek value for sure, right? And, the CEO of Drip, that interview on Moran shows, it's really eye-opening because, when people are Wetbush analysts, that guy, Michael Proctor or whatever, nobody wants to work with Ryan Cohen, really? Nobody? No one? And anything that this guy is saying is kind of like pulling out of his ass, right? It's not really anything real or anything. They're just, pulling out of his ass. It's not really anything of substance, but yet, they quote these people as the information. Every news, financial news, quote this price right here as a price target for you to get out. It's crazy. And again, this is why, the opportunity is for people to be patient in this company. Of course you could buy whatever you need to buy. I mean, it doesn't affect my bottom line whatsoever, or it doesn't affect, GME balance sheets whatsoever. Unless they are, ready to raise money again from the public, then, the share price is just, people selling in and out and agree to pay for this, shares per, price per share. So currently, people are just betting up and down. Option play and all that stuff, the option action. Like option action. Rowan Kitty boost. That was 22 days ago. So a lot of people are trying to buy option for that, including me, of course. Crazy. So far, Ryan Cohen has been doing a perfect job. Yes, of course. Even exceeding expectation, right? In my opinion, anyway. The fact that he's not taking salary, that's one good one already. At least there's a vacuum in that, right? There's not many CEOs who would do that. I get it. Yes, it's for tax purposes. You could say that. But you could have shared rewarded to you, and even if you pay $10,000 tax or whatever, you could still benefit from that. So to say that there's no value, in taking no salary is an it's just people not understanding the passion in the person. It's like he's passionate about what he does, and I don't know if he's truly again, I don't know the guy personally. I mean, he could be a totally different person when I met him in person, but from what I see, I feel like he's a good person. Very, approachable, very likable, and not here to hype anything, right? Not here to mislead people about what this company is all about. And that's what the CEO. That's the CEO that I like. No glitz and glams, nothing, just number. Yeah. I mean, in the world of crypto, obviously, you need to hype. You need the hype to really get your coins to do its thing, right? Some coins, to me, this is why XRP kind of captured my attention too. It's because, for years, this company has been building network of people, of banks, and, trying to. And again, I don't know if there's a notorious, nefarious reason why they do it. Of course, they're just trying to create value to their chain, obviously. Everybody's trying to do that. But to me, it's all about innovation, right? They're just trying to innovate the payment, reinvent payment system on the global scale. Whether people will place value on that, it really depends on what this chain could do. Currently, like I said, just speculation at the moment. Nothing much here. Until it gets to the utility, mass adoption on this chain, we won't see the true value of XRP yet. Yes, people could front run it right now and kind of over enthusiastic about the valuation for the current price point. I really think it could exceed Ethereum at the moment, market cap. So that's what I'm kind of banging on here. That's why I got the $10-15 price target. Right here. It was setting up to do that. So this is number 3 right now. We're gonna, XRP is gonna exceed Ethereum. Whether Ethereum could compete with XRP, I don't think so at the moment, because this chain has been suppressed for 7 years. You haven't seen anything yet. And then on top of that, you have Bitcoin going berserk as well. So depends on how high Bitcoin's gonna go. You're gonna determine whether XRP could reach that $10-15 or even some crazy amount of price target that people are getting into. But to me, I have the same strategy to take advantage of this. I have my trading portion, and then I have my long-term portion that I will hold till the next cycle, or even a few more cycle, to see the true value of anything, right? So yeah, this space is crazy, you guys. I saw Chainlink at $1 at one point. I didn't buy it. Let's see what else. I still have Loopring. Loopring. I don't know if you guys know anything about Loopring before the NFT marketplace. It's in connection with Gamestop. I actually had Loopring before Gamestop got into it. It was just a few thousand coin here. So that innovation is there. If GameStop wants to take advantage of that, they could. They already have their foot on it, so I don't see why not. Why not? Technically, they could probably buy Loopring too, right? With the money that they have, right? Just the whole entire. Let me see. It's kind of coming down now too, so okay. Market cap. See, I love this coin because it's already kind of what is it? It's not dilutable, right? There's not much to dilute into. So the supply is already kind of close to max supply already, which is good, because when you want to build something or build a position in something, this is what you want to look for. The distribution, tokenomic, or whatever they call it. So if GME want to buy this whole thing and control Loopring network, what is it now? 250 million. That's it, market cap. We could buy that. I think we can confirm that he's not a doofus. Yes, he's not a doofus. No. He's not a crazy person either. People are talking trash about GME. That is the reason why we are around those price. Of course. But that is fine, of course. So, the price action has been known to be suppressed for a long time. When you suppress something for 3, 4, 5, or even 7 years, you're going to see something amazing soon. If it's not within this decade, it's going to be the next decade. Right? Sorry, you guys. Excuse me. I had to take that bite. I have lentil in my for lunch here. So yeah, I think not many people really value people like this, and that's precisely where the opportunity is. Inevitably, it will come. Value will come to GME, and people are not going to be okay. Human psychology, right? People don't want GME over here. but they want it over here. People don't want GME over here, but they want it over here. People don't want GME over here, but you know what's gonna happen inevitably? People are gonna want GME over here. Okay, and the cycle is gonna continue until you reach this, and eventually, people don't want GME over here, but people are gonna want GME over here. So however long it's gonna take, you're gonna see the human psychology and the price action here. And again, market makers or whoever is controlling the market, controlling the price, gonna take advantage of that. And if you're not careful, you're gonna FOMO into something, thinking that, oh, Jimmy's not gonna ever do this. Oh, Jimmy's not gonna ever do that. Gonna be mistaken. Yeah. Just like how they're talking about Tesla over here, right? Oh, Tesla's not gonna be able to reach this high, right? From here to here. How much is that? Right? Oh, Tesla is just gonna is a regular a regular car manufacturing. That's nothing, right? And then boom, just continue to go up and up. Of course, this is a short squeeze, right? People have been kind of talking about it. Back then, again, I didn't even know what short squeeze was. You guys, just getting into the company as like, oh, Tesla is a EV car industry. Didn't even look at the balance sheet either. Who did I listen to at the time? I forgot. Some guy on YouTube. Financial education or whatever. That guy. So I put in 2 shares at the time. It's crazy. But again, I mean, short squeeze, it's just a speculation on my end here, you guys, and who knows what instruments they were able to use to do the swaps, kick a can down the road. Whether those risks is being taken care of or they're trying to find, a group of people to take on that risk. Yeah, that's just too much to even talk about it because, in this company, it's not just about fundamental. And that's what people don't realize. I only focus on the fundamental for my own sanity, because that's going to give me, okay, what price is valuable to me. Which price is cheap, which price is too much or whatever, right? And so come up with your own strategy, In my opinion, $50, anything under 50 is a steal. Just my opinion. What data? Oh, just Ryan Cohen alone. I think it should be worth that. Just Ryan Cohen alone. But as far as like book value, okay, 5-time books value, that's I think pretty reasonable. Because I think book value now is like close to $11. Pretty good, pretty good. Not much there. All right, guys. I think I'm an hour in. Promise myself to only do an hour. It's hard too because I have some nasal things happening in in my nose. Not sure. It's like freaking probably those fire coming, kind of wind blowing everywhere from the north. And now I'm Southern California, you guys. So, but anyway, so I'll let you guys go. I will see you when I see you. Thank you so much for joining. I know I'm not contributing too much at all today, but yeah, good things coming. We have a lot of good partnership, bigger and better partnership, right? When people are telling you that Ryan Cohen doesn't do shit, well, there you go. He appears to be working hard, okay? Making connections, making real strides over here. And so it's only a matter of time. You know, if you don't see that this price right here is a blessing, well, sorry. Go and get Trump coin over there. Let me see how Trump coin's doing today. Okay, it's coming down. Used to be 30. Okay. So that's crazy, you guys. Okay, I'll let you guys go. Okay, bye.